Most people don't fail because they dream too small. They fail because they never leave the dream. And at first, that sounds impossible. After all, isn't dreaming a good thing? Isn't ambition the beginning of every great achievement? Yes, but there is a hidden trap that few people talk about. A dream can inspire action, or it can replace it. And for many people, it becomes a replacement. Think about it. Some people spend years imagining the life they want, the business they'll build, the body they'll achieve, the skills they'll master, the person they'll become. They see it so clearly in their minds that it almost feels real. And that's where the problem begins, because the brain loves rewards, even imagined ones. When you visualize success, you experience a small taste of the emotions that success promises: the excitement, the pride, the recognition, the freedom. For a brief moment, your mind feels as though you've already moved closer to your goal, but you haven't. You've only imagined it. And sometimes that feeling is enough to keep people stuck, not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack talent, because they're feeding on the feeling of success instead of the process required to create it. Have you ever met someone who always talks about what they're going to do? They're going to start a business. They're going to learn a new skill. They're going to get in shape. They're going to change their life. But every time you see them, the conversation is the same. The dream grows bigger. The action stays the same. Years pass. Nothing changes. The plans become more detailed, the excuses become more convincing, but reality remains untouched. Why? Because talking about a goal can feel surprisingly similar to working toward one. When people share their ambitions, they often receive encouragement, praise, support, validation, and the mind mistakes that validation for progress. It feels productive. But feeling productive and being productive are not the same thing. One creates momentum, the other creates illusion. The truth is that dreaming is safe. Dreams don't judge you. Dreams don't expose your weaknesses. Dreams don't force you to confront reality. Reality does. The moment you take action, everything changes. Now your idea can fail. Now your work can be criticized. Now your weaknesses become visible. And that's what many people are actually afraid of. Not failure, exposure. As long as the dream stays in their mind, it remains perfect, untouched by reality, untouched by disappointment, untouched by proof. But the moment they act, the fantasy must face the truth, and truth is uncomfortable. This is why so many people spend their lives waiting for confidence, waiting for motivation, waiting for certainty, waiting for the perfect moment. But the perfect moment never arrives, because confidence is not what creates action. Action creates confidence. The people we admire rarely started because they felt ready. They started because they were tired of waiting. They moved despite uncertainty. They acted despite fear. They accepted that they would make mistakes. And that's what separates dreamers from builders. Not intelligence, not talent, not luck. Action. Small, imperfect, uncomfortable action, repeated over and over again. Look closely at successful people. Most of them weren't fearless. They were willing to look foolish, willing to fail publicly, willing to be beginners, while others were still preparing, still researching, still imagining, still telling themselves that one day they would start. The difference between the two isn't vision. Both can see the future they want. The difference is that one person takes a step and the other keeps staring at the destination. Dreams are important. Every achievement begins as an idea. But dreams were never meant to become a place to live. They were meant to become a place to leave. A dream without action is entertainment. A goal without action is a wish. Potential without action is wasted. And one day, many people wake up and realize something painful. They spent years imagining a better life, but never took the steps required to build it. Not because they couldn't, because they never started. The people who change their lives aren't always the smartest. They're not always the most talented. They're not always the most confident. They're simply the people who act before they feel ready, because they understand something most people never learn. The future doesn't belong to those who dream the biggest. It belongs to those who move, even when they're scared, even when they're uncertain, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. Dreams show you the possibility. Action makes it real. And that's where every meaningful transformation begins.